Regulars at the Brookdale Library might need to start looking for another location to visit if a major construction project moves forward. As Kevin Miller explains, Hennepin County is planning the first remodel of the Brookdale Library in 20 years.
Located in the Hennepin County Regional Center, the Brookdale Library is a busy place for book lovers.
This library is very popular. So in an average year, for 2023, we had just under 200,000 visitors.
Hennepin County Library Director Scott Dimstra says the needs of library visitors are different than they were 5 years ago.
We're seeing how people are coming back to libraries from the pandemic, but also how their uses are changing versus libraries pre-pandemic. Some of the new uses that we see are requests for meeting rooms, requests for rooms with AV equipment, requests for collections to be organized in different ways as well.
So the county is planning to give the inside of the library a $17 million facelift. It'll include new carpets and furniture, a space for children, and extra meeting rooms. Officials say the building has a lot of potential.
Our architects on our team, one of their favorite libraries, a big part of that is the natural light that you see in the library. So we're really excited to build on the bones that are already here.
It's part of a $30 million plan to fix up the regional county building and make it more energy efficient.
So we're evaluating geothermal right now, and we will definitely have solar panel arrays on the roof.
The design isn't finalized, and the county wants to hear from library visitors.
Swing by the library, fill out a survey so that we can get your feedback.
Officials hope the end result improves a community asset that's worth more than just the books on its shelves.
You see the halo effect of visiting the library and visiting the area businesses as well. So that library I've always viewed as an anchor institution to a community, and that's what I see with the Brookdale Library as well.
In Brooklyn Center, Kevin Miller, CCX News.
The county says the remodel project will likely start in 2026. The library is expected to close for about a year during the remodel. Maple Grove has officially sworn in a group of firefighters to its ranks this week. A group of paid on-call firefighters were inducted at the city council meeting on Monday. Of the 6 who completed their training, 5 were present to take their oath of office. Chief Tim Bush gave a speech introducing each of them to the council.
Your firefighters are paid on-call firefighters. For most of them, this is not their primary job, but it is their primary love. You become a firefighter, you become very attached to the service you provide, and in no uncertain terms, we could not serve the community without them.
There are currently 93 paid on-call firefighters in Maple Grove and 12 full-time. Firefighters complete an 18-month probation period before being sworn in. A teacher from Champlin Park High School is up for a major award this spring, but as Delane Cleveland explains, it has nothing to do with the work in her classroom.
So we've got this idea.
Earning college credit while you're in high school is no easy task.
True, but we need a theme.
But these Champlin Park seniors are part of this International Baccalaureate English class to do just that.
Write thesis statement.
Nicole Kronzer is the veteran teacher who's helping to make it happen.
If they do well on those exams, then they can get college credit. But regardless of whether or not they get college credit, the skills that we're developing all along in both years of IB 11 and 12 really prepare students for college. You're going to draw 2 to 4 symbols.
In today's class, the students are learning advanced literary themes.
And so you could talk about how the test head,
which is fitting considering that Kronzer happens to have some first-hand experience with the literary world.
And a lot of times kids will be like, wait a minute, I was in the library and there's a book with your name on it. I'm like, yes, that's because I wrote that book. And they were like, why are you teaching here?
Kronzer only spends half the day teaching here at Champlin Park. When she's not in class,
Symbols. I love it. That works.
She's busy writing novels.
My first book came out in April of 2020. That was during the pandemic, and that was bananas. But the second book came out just last January, and so it was so fun to, show the cover to my students.
That second book, The Roof Over Our Heads, is now up for a prestigious honor. It's one of 4 novels to be nominated in the Young Adult Literature category for this year's Minnesota Book Awards.
The fact that it's a finalist is an enormous deal, and I'm just so honored because there's so much talent in this state. So when we're talking about point of view,
a talented author who also has a passion for teaching.
You describe specific moments.
And Kronzer is using her talents to help prepare her students for the next stage of their lives.
I'm just trying to help students develop the skills that they need when they leave here, and also just to find their bliss, right? Like to find joy.
At Champlin Park, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
Kronzer will find out if she wins a Minnesota Book Award on May 7th. A gem built in 1885 is soon coming back to life. Photojournalist Dustin Scholl takes us inside the reimagined Plymouth Historical Society.
We shut our doors kind of during the pandemic, sat unused for a while. What we're really excited about is making this building relevant again, using programming, using the collections, telling the history of Plymouth, but also engaging all Plymouth residents with a variety of activities and things to do here. Even though it's disappointing that it was closed for so long, we're trying to use that time wisely to make the building a better fit for all people that want to come and utilize it. These are the Cadillac of collections cabinets. It has several thousand things in it right now. Pans that are over 100 years old. It makes finding and preserving and accessing these things much easier. This is a letter from 1940 between two Plymouth residents. I love that they decided to doodle a little watercolor on top of it. And I think it's so much fun to give people a connection to this place, and often that can be through history. So whether a person's been here their entire life and their family goes way back, or whether they've just moved here recently, showing people that history can be a lot of different things and getting them interested in that story, and gives their life and their city that they live in more meaning.
The Historical Society will open up for the first time in years this summer.